All right, cool. So we're going to do a reaction video to the new Super Mario Brothers movie. Now, I don't like doing reaction videos. I don't like doing that normal YouTuber. Like everybody does reaction videos, and I can't stand doing the same thing as everybody else, and I rarely ever do this. But I figured today was a special occasion. I was already set up recording anyway, and this thing just dropped like an hour ago, and I had no idea. In fact, I had forgotten that this movie even existed. I remember them talking about how they were casting Chris Pratt to do the voice of Mario. That was months and months ago, and I'd forgotten about all about it. And all of a sudden, boom! I look at Twitter, and this thing is out. So I figured, why not? I'll take a look at it. I'm already set up to record. We'll record it, and I'll be a YouTuber for once and do a reaction video. This will be the only time in the foreseeable future that I do this. Don't get used to it. And you know, it's probably gonna suck anyway, and you won't want to see anymore. But just letting you know. All right, so let's play it and see what this movie is all about. So that's got to be Bowser's. Yeah. All right. All right. All right. I don't know what that is. The animation looks great. The visuals look great. I like the style. I'm glad they're going with a style that is essentially like a...
Behold, the king of the Koopas!
It's a beefed up, more polished version of like cutscenes you would see in the game, which is great. I mean, that's all it needed to be. I'm glad they're not trying to reinvent the wheel with this and do something just completely out of the box. Who is that voicing Bowser? And who are these penguins? I don't remember them. Unless it's like some kind of new... Oh, no, 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 no. No, the penguins are from the newer games, I think. Maybe?
Do you yield?
So I guess this is just one of the kingdoms in the... Or one of the... I don't know what you'd call it. States, countries within the Mushroom Kingdom that Bowser's trying to take over. So he's over there giving the penguins what for. Okay.
I do not.
Okay. I mean, I already know that people are going to be complaining about the voices, but so far, like, I have no issue with it.
I finally found it. Now who's gonna stop me?
Maybe even had a little bit more like gruff to it. Maybe a little more. If it was me, if I was in control of the sound editing on this, I'd put a little more gruff in his voice. I don't know who's voicing it. I mean, it's not bad. I think he's doing a great job. I just would have put, like, in terms of sound design, like I put a little bit more gruff in his voice. But that's just me, and that's just me nitpicking. That looks great. Okay. This is my first look of Mario, actually. Because again, I went into this like I had no pre-knowledge of if I don't even know if they did like screenshots of what everything was going to look like. So this is my first time seeing anything. This is my first time seeing Mario, and I mean, right off the bat, you know, it looks like Mario. I mean, it's fine. The eyes seem to be a little bit different. I don't know, maybe a little smaller. And they have that sort of that there's a certain animation studio that has that, like, all their characters have that kind of same look, DNA to their expressions and their face. It's kind of, and I don't know who that is and or the character's name, because I don't watch a lot of animation these days. But it does remind me of that. Not in a bad way. It's not glaring. It's nothing that I'm going to nitpick over. Why would I? I mean, it looks fine to me. That looks great.
What is this?
Visually, it looks really, really good. Well, I was talking over the voice of Mario. I'm sure he'll speak again.
Oh, I'm sorry. That one's perfectly fine. Come on, Mario!
Mushroom Kingdom Here we come.
Oh yeah. First of all, look at that. That looks gorgeous. That looks so good. That looks so good. You know, it'd be man. I really hope they make. Why wouldn't Nintendo make a game based kind of around this movie? Maybe a 3D version and a 2D version. And the 2D version, they can just call them Super Mario Brothers 5 or 4, depending on whether or not you live in Japan or the US. But could you imagine that? That would be amazing. Now, maybe, I don't know, maybe this story that they're going with here, maybe it has more to do with a game that already took place, but I don't know. Well, what else would it be other than Bowser steals the princess? And I bet you know what? Now that I think about it, I bet they don't even do that. It's the year 2023. We can't have that, right? Anicia Skarskizian or whatever her name is. She's going to start having a cow if that's the plot. And for some reason, people give a damn what she seems to think. So, no, it'll probably be something like the princess doesn't need no man saving her, and Mario looks like a chump. But whatever. Visually, I can't say that until we watch it, and then we can complain. So I'll just stop speculating. But overall, I think it looks great. I think that the voice of Mario, I have no issue with it. Like, I can see some people complaining about it, but just from what I've heard, Chris Pratt, there was that last line that he said. It kind of sounded like he was almost trying to channel his inner Italian just a bit, and I thought he was going to say "Let's go," but there's got to be a reason why they didn't. I don't know why, but I thought he sounded great. And I know that people were really disappointed that Charles Martinet, and I hope I'm saying the last name right, who does the voice of Mario in the games. I know that a lot of people were disappointed that he wasn't going to be doing it here. Well, let me just tell you that voice over the course of a 90-minute movie would grate on your nerves quite heavily. It's not a voice that's conducive to long spans of dialogue. It is a voice that's conducive to very, very short bursts. It's a me, a Mario, let's go. Oh yeah, stuff like that. You can use that voice. But if you have to hear that dialogue spoken in that voice over the course of a movie, trust me, it is going to get on your nerves. I can assure you of that. I would think so anyway. And not only that, I mean, Chris Pratt is an established actor. Just because you can say a few lines doesn't mean that you can act. It doesn't mean that you can act out an entire script of a movie. And I'm not saying that Charles cannot do that. I'm just saying it doesn't mean you can do that just because you're really, really good at saying a few lines for a video game. So I never thought that they would use the voice of Mario for this because it's two completely different mediums. So which require two different skill sets. So I'm perfectly fine with the voice. I understand why they went with an established actor so that you can get somebody who can act out the part the way it needs to be acted out. And also, I mean, it's Chris Pratt. He's going to draw because he's one of the biggest actors out there. So it's a huge IP. They're going to want to attach huge names to it for obvious reasons, for marketing, and make sure the performances are on point. So I completely understand the reasonings behind the castings of this, and I agree 100%. And so far, based on the trailer, I find it perfectly okay. There's nothing that I saw with this trailer anywhere, actually, that makes me worried about the movie. So yeah, for me going in not knowing exactly what to expect, I do feel like I actually do want to see it now, whereas before I didn't really care. We'll see if there's something after the Mario Brothers logo here, because there's always something at the end. There we go. That was cool. So it looks like they're maybe incorporating some Luigi Mansion vibes, just a little bit, which is really really good because Luigi's Mansions, you know, haunted house, haunted houses were always one of the coolest things on any Super Mario Brothers game. So hopefully that looked more like a castle, but hopefully there'll be some haunted house elements too. And well, we had Luigi running around with the skeleton Koopas. I don't know what their official names are, but the skeleton Koopas, Bones, something like Bones or something like that, running after him. So look, that's great. I hope they inject a lot of that in there, and I think it potentially could be a really good movie. And I'm just wondering, where was this movie when I was growing up? We had to watch Dennis Hopper, who is a great actor, be Bowser, and I still remember those episodes. Excuse me, these issues of Nintendo Power when they were doing previews of the Mario movie and the Goombas, and like there's these people walking around with lizard heads, and I'm just like, what is this? I remember even as a kid seeing those screenshots in Nintendo Power or the behind the scenes stuff and being like, I don't understand any of this, and I never saw the movie. I never saw it. It just looked depressing to me. Super Mario Brothers, back whenever, I don't know when it was, 91, 92, something like that. It just looked depressing to me, and I never watched it. It still looks depressing to me. It gives me nightmares from those screenshots. Yeesh. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the reaction video. Don't get used to it because it ain't gonna happen very often. So you guys take care.